Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. And Merry Christmas to all you guys who are celebrating Christmas. Today is December 24th, so technically Christmas Eve. I know a lot of you guys are probably settling in with family, about to eat some amazing food. Me, myself, guys, I have decided I think I'm going to take tomorrow off. So Christmas Day, I'll be taking it to spend some time with my family. I will be back on the 26th. But right now, I want to take a look at Bitcoin price. Bitcoin, take a look at this, guys. Bitcoin now up near $51,000. So we have seen some spring in Bitcoin step. Bitcoin needs to clear the 51,000 mark to reduce the chance of a new sell-off from BTC whales. So guys, this is what's happening right now with regards to Bitcoin. I know we've been eyeing this. We've been eyeing the rest of the crypto market to kind of gauge, is this the time that money's going to pour out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and into the altcoins? Well, here's what analysts are saying. Analysts warn that large volume transactions are hitting exchanges as Bitcoin price action improves. So Bitcoin whales are at the center of attention again this week as the large transactions flow back to exchanges. Data from on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant on December 24th shows that relatively whales are increasing their presence as potential sellers. Action stations as Bitcoin climbs to $51,000. So according to CryptoQuant's exchange whale ratio indicator, the proportion of large inflows to exchanges out of total inflows is not at a one-year high. Inflows sped up significantly as Bitcoin rose to $51,000. So we're seeing more money being, or rather more Bitcoin being put on the exchanges. And I think that these whales are just kind of poised to sell, or at least that's how the theory goes. So rose to 51,000 overnight on Thursday. And the implication could be that large volume investors plan to take profits at the top end of Bitcoin's current range. It is better to watch out until Bitcoin breaks the $51,000 level. So that is the key takeaway here. We have seen that resistance up here for Bitcoin. It did reach a high of about $51,500. Now we're kind of flirting with $51,000. Once we surpass this level, next significant resistance could be around $56,800. So despite misgivings, Bitcoin managed to preserve its higher levels into Friday, these previously forming a key line in the sand for bullish sentiment to return. Never mind the inflows, while whales, meanwhile, are the new potential sellers. As Cointelegraph reported earlier in the month, larger investors have diverged from smaller retail holders in terms of buying behavior. CryptoQuant and others confirm that this is still the case, with exchange withdrawals conversely reflecting peak accumulation similar to September before the breakout to the 69,000 all-time highs. So here's something else that we have to pay attention to. Bitcoin wallets that hold anywhere between 100 and 1,000 BTC. So a heck of a lot of BTC keep stacking, and the supply controlled by them repeatedly hitting all-time high. Not saying it will definitely go parabolic like in the previous year, but it surely looks like it. So this is coming from Lex Moskovsky here, just tweeted that out. Miners too are holding onto their newly released coins from Block subsidiaries, so this is also something we should be paying attention to. Miners own more BTC than when BTC was at $69,000. In fact, they added back all the BTC they net distributed since the drop from $69,000. And so here is just another chart just demonstrating that. So miners holding on to their BTC. Also, we're seeing these larger wallets, $100 to $1,000 wallets. Stacking supply. And so just going back to the Bitcoin chart here, we are seeing, this new level, $51,000. It sounds like it is a critical level for Bitcoin at this moment in time. When we take a look at the chart, guys, I'm going to throw the Fibonacci, classic Fibonacci from the last bull run, from the top of the last trough here. I'm bringing it all the way to where we are seeing it today, guys, and take a look at that. This level here, $46,400. That would be at the 2.618. We have seen that support hold up for Bitcoin, so we are seeing that rebound. Now we're hitting $51,000, and technically we still have not seen the top of that Fibonacci. That would bring us to about $72,000, $73,000. Here, let me take it off auto here. Whoops, and bring it up. Bring the chart up just a little bit here and throw a price label down on here just to show you guys. This level here, we still have not hit $73,100. And so, some are saying this was the top. But this didn't get us all the way up to the full fib. We are now seeing support being formed down here. Bitcoin rallying again. And XRP, guys, well, today is the snapshot date. If you guys don't have your XRP already, it may, depending on when you're watching this video, it may be too late to include that XRP in for the solo snapshot. Today is December 24th, and it seems as though we will be getting 0.13, I believe. I believe the ratio is 0.13 solo tokens for every XRP tokens. Don't quote me on that. I saw a few people posting that on Twitter. So that's, from my knowledge, that's what we are about to get. XRP right now trading at about 96.5 cents. So, we've seen positive momentum for XRP as well. Again, when I look at this, all the coins right now, crypto is doing fairly well. Market cap up to 2.3, almost $2.4 trillion. But guys, Bitcoin dominance still hovering at 40%, so we haven't seen that move yet to suggest that money is pouring out of one or two assets, namely Bitcoin or Ethereum, and into those altcoins. So here's what we're seeing, just basically a green day today. XRP's down a little bit today, but mostly everything else is up quite significantly. XRP has seen quite significant movement over the last several days, so it's up over 20% in the last 7 days. So I'm not too worried about XRP right now. I'm just kind of gauging the market, just kind of looking to see where we're going to head next. And it's looking as though Q1 2022, we are going to see some really, really interesting moves. Michael at Val5Links posting this. Y'all getting ready for something? Well, here's another piece of news, a whopping 1.176 billion XRP. I feel like this is the most now we have ever seen being moved through exchanges. XRP wired by Ripple ODL venues and leading exchanges. So here's what we're noticing on the XRP ledger data shared by Whale Alert. Tracking service shows that over the past 20 hours, a jaw-dropping amount of Ripple's affiliated XRP has been shifted by multiple players in the crypto space. These include Ripple Tech Monster, several of its ODL corridors, and popular exchanges like Binance. The crypto tracker team has spread the word that over the last 20 hours, 23 XRP lumps, some of them exceeding 200 million XRP, were shifted by major crypto trading venues and the Ripple Tech behemoth. So Ripple is part of this. We're talking about the ODL platforms like Bitso, Bittrex, another one, Coins.ph, another one, transferring all these coins over. So huge moves, guys, just the physical moving of the XRP tokens. Among other participants who sent and received XRP are Binance. They shifted about 120 million XRP. Custodial service BitGo, acquired by Galaxy Digital this year, FTX exchange Kraken, and South Korean platform BitThumb. So a lot of XRP on the move, over 1.76 billion. We just heard the other day, of course, too, that Brad Garlinghouse did say that Ripple has had their best year on record, despite the fact that the SEC decided to sue Ripple and therefore label XRP, or wanting them to consider XRP as security. Ripple's like, we are going to still conduct business around the world, and that is exactly what they have done. So a banner year for Ripple. A lot of XRP on the move. This is the largest, I think, that we've seen ever, 1.176, at least in a short period of time. So great news there. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Another one here, guys, from Michael at Val5Links with regards to Cynthia Lummis. So cryptocurrency regulatory bill to be introduced by Senator Lummis next year. Hopefully this will lead to progress in the US with regards to the regulatory clarity. The US is experiencing a cryptocurrency awakening as both lawmakers and investors are embracing the need for comprehensive regulation of the industry. This has inevitably led to some infighting within the administrative and financial sectors, with the Security and Exchange Commission proving to be an especially tough nut to crack. Amidst this atmosphere, the pro-crypto senator from Wyoming, Cynthia Lummis, has divulged plans to introduce a comprehensive bill next year to handle digital assets. So here's what's going to happen. According to a report by Bloomberg, the bill proposed by Lummis will focus on providing regulatory clarity on stable coins, which have especially been a point of contention within regulators, along with guiding the regulators on the categorization of the various cryptos in different asset classes. So they will be focusing on stablecoins, of course, the US likely wanting to nip that in the bud. For fear that these stable coins could interfere with their CBDC projects. The bill would reportedly also include guidelines on offering consumer protections and updated taxation guidance. In addition to this, the Digital Asset Policy Bill is also likely to propose the creation of a self-regulatory joint organization under the jurisdiction of both the SEC and the CFTC for regulatory oversight of the virtual asset industry. So that is interesting as well. Looking to share the responsibility, the SEC and the CFTC BTC, and so that's what the bill is looking to propose. The future is looking bright, guys. Cynthia Lummis is arguably one of the staunchest supporters of cryptocurrency within Congress, as the Republican senator even worked with Democrats Mark Warner and Kirsten Sinema earlier this year to unsuccessfully bring forward an amendment to the infrastructure bill aimed at narrowing down the scope of the definition of a broker, and we talked about this a little bit on this channel. Anyway, Cynthia Lummis looking to bring some more clarity, hopefully next year, with this regulatory bill that she is proposing. So we just got to wait and see. 2022, guys, I think is going to be an interesting year for cryptocurrency in the United States. I think we're going to finally get all those kinks sorted out. And, that will lead to more price appreciation. I am still under the expectation that Bitcoin has not seen its high. I think that once we get a lot of this going, I think that once we see a lot more regulatory clarity and a lot more certainty, I think we're definitely going to see more players in the space, the institutional types, look towards crypto and realize, you know what, this is the future. Now that it's regulated, we are going to see probably some more moves to the upside. And so I'm putting a Fibonacci here just on this latest downturn that we saw from back in April to July. And, dare I suggest, if I get rid of that, dare I suggest that we could see, Bitcoin go up past $180,000. That would make it up to the 4.236 if we were to see, regulatory clarity, more investor confidence. It is a possibility. I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen in 2022 by any means, but 2023, 2024, if we break the typical type of cycle, it certainly is a possibility. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Wrath of Kahneman here bringing this to our attention. SCB's Q3 report has a graphic of their blockchain connections. Originally Ripple and Ripple partner GuavaPay were listed along with Lightspeed Stellar. In this report, Ripple user Thunes is added along with FinShot. So that's an unknown company we don't know too much about. Okay, cool here, just bringing this to Wrath of Kahneman's attention, posting this document here, and if you go down here, Wrath of Kahneman had not seen this. I have Q2, and it looks like they've added Thunes, who also uses Ripple. So a lot of these Ripple customers here, if you go scroll right down, and I will link this report in the description if you guys are interested, but you scroll right down here, the bottom last slide here, page 40, international money transfer allow SCB to deliver seamless global payment experience with the use of blockchain technology, including Ripple, GuavaPay, Thunes, another Ripple partner, as we know. So this is interesting to note here. Of course, we know SCB, Siam Commercial Bank, is a Ripple partner. So it's no surprise to me that they are integrating with RippleNet and also partnering up with other Ripple partners. Great to see, though, on a slide. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman and OK Cool for posting that. We also got this, guys, from Anders L. So it begins. This is the latest news with Swift. Apparently, Swift explores expansion of network into the digital asset market. Banking cooperative Swift is to explore how it can support interoperability in the development of the tokenized asset market, working in conjunction with Clearstream, Northern Trust, SETL, and other market participants. So pay attention to these guys. Relative to the cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, the current market capitalization of tokenized assets is small, but momentum for these digital assets is expected to accelerate rapidly in the coming years. By some estimates, volumes could reach some $24 trillion by 2027. So banks and security firms are vying to tap into this nascent market by developing digital asset servicing capabilities such as private key safekeeping and support for the full lifecycle of digital securities. And for its part, Swift is now exploring. Is it too little too late, though? I mean, Swift, you have been in Ripple's crosshairs for several years now, and only now, they're looking to explore how it can improve interoperability between participants and systems during the transactional lifecycle of tokenized assets. To this end, the Brussels-based messaging platform plans a series of experiments in Q1 of 2022 on issuance, delivery versus payments, and redemption processes needed to support a seamless tokenized asset market. These experiments will use both established forms of payment and central bank digital currencies, says Thomas Zaczek, Chief Innovation Officer at Swift. Here's what he had to say as a neutral cooperative with a reach across 11,000 institutions in more than 200 countries. The oversight by central banks globally, Swift is uniquely placed to engage closely in the future of securities. We look forward to this set of new experiments and innovating collaboratively with market participants on the emerging trend of tokenized assets. Well, isn't this interesting? Okay, so Tipsy Tiger here saying, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if after all the fighting from the banks that Swift adopted XRP for settlement and the banks then have to use it? You know, this is the exact sentiment I think that was back in 2018, 2019, what people were saying already, right? RippleNet is going to be so extensive within this market that, chances are, whether you like it or not, you will be utilizing RippleNet. These banks will, these institutions will, and you will not really have a choice. Bulldog Brewer down here saying R3 maybe. I think Swift will find a way not to use it directly. But the question remains, is that even possible? I'm going to get to a thread that discusses this. Anders L here pointing this out, payments would be routed through the fastest and most efficient corridors using instant settlement where available. Now, this is my moon boy scenario, warning speculation. It definitely sounds like ILP, which can route payments this way. He brings up this tweet here from Bank XRP with a little demonstration of the Swift Go application. Watch this.
As the world embraces new waves of digitization, the day-to-day experience of consumers has been completely transformed. In the payments world, that translates into an expectation that payments be fast, with transparency ingrained at every level, and with an elegant and seamless user experience. To meet this need, financial institutions are coming together to define a new way for making low-value cross-border payments and boost their business in a high-growth segment. To do this, we're building on the success of Swift GPI to create a new way to make low-value cross-border payments. This new service is underpinned by 5 key pillars. The service will guarantee predictability of end-to-end fees, FX, and time the payment will take to arrive, known in advance. The service will equip customers with a simple option for moving money directly from their bank account. Payments will be routed via the fastest and most efficient corridors using instant settlement where available. Payments sent via this service will enable a best-in-class service level at a competitive price. Payments will be underpinned by the security of the Swift network. To find out more about this service and how you can get involved, visit swift.com/go.
Anyway, there you have it, guys. It sounds like they are already 2 to 3 years too late on this. Clearly, the Swift GPI system, which Brad Garlinghouse has called in the past, the old T-model Ford with the Ferrari shell put on it, is basically just the same technology that they've always been using. Clearly, that has not been able to compete with RippleNet, and so now they're trying something new here. Anders L continues down here saying ILP routes payments, finding the cheapest and fastest path automatically. I don't know which other tech it would be. Swift Go is available for Swift GPI-enabled banks. A couple of years ago, Swift GPI and SETL proof of concept was announced. And then there was a Bob Way video here that's linked down here. If you're interested, Bob Way, in this video I made a while back, talks about SETL being integrated with ILP. So how are they doing this? King Solomon here saying, to put it in plain terms, Swift runs the traditional financial world. They stole Xcurrent from Ripple after a meeting branded it Swift GPI years ago. Today they announced they're investigating interoperability between fiat payment legs of transactions. And clearly they're not talking about BTC here. I got another one here, guys, from Roy Vanderkerf. This never gets old either. Retweeted out from Crypto Eddie, an oldie but a goodie. This is from 2019. Paris FinTech, Brad Garlinghouse, clearly describing why, all those years back, describing why XRP is better and why the volatility doesn't matter. Listen to this.
I hear people talk about volatility, and I feel like they're propagating misinformation. The volatility risk of fiat, volatility is just a mathematical calculation of time times volatility. If you hold fiat for, let's say, an average Swift transaction today is in the order of magnitude 2 days, that's about 180,000 seconds. An XRP transaction is 3 seconds. So if you take a low volatile asset times a long duration fiat, or a high volatility asset versus a very, very short amount of time, it turns out mathematically there's less volatility risk in an XRP transaction than there is in a fiat transaction. The difference is you have market makers. When you do a Swift transaction, there's banks saying, there's a market maker saying, I'll lock in that rate. I'll take the volatility risk for the next 2 or 3 days. With XRP, you don't have to do that because it settles so quickly.
Booyah! It settles so quickly, and so you just do not have to take the risk. Well, we all know that. Lord Vendetta here, though, bringing up an interesting tweet thread with regards to this latest SWIFT announcement. So here's the thread. SWIFT is planning to conduct a trial early next year that will see the global payments intermediary explore how it may play a role in the nascent asset tokenization market. SWIFT will test how it might play a role in asset tokenization next year. He goes on to say, gives us some of the details. SWIFT, Clearstream, Northern Trust, and SETL, and other industry participants are exploring the feasibility and benefits of SWIFT as an interconnector, linking up multiple tokenization platforms and various cash leg payment types. And so here's just an article to that. Let's pay attention, though, to who is involved here, guys, specifically SETL. So down here, SETL hires former SWIFT and Ripple exec Marjan Delantine. Okay, Citi-Backed SETL open sources blockchain interoperability solution. So another document just explaining that. From CME Group, what are blockchain and distributed ledgers? Well, we have this, guys. CME Group examples include Ripple and SETL down here. If you guys are looking at the screen, you see where this is going. Valente also extends collaboration with Citi for global ISO 20022 migration. And we know, of course, Valente is already partnered with the FedWire project and the ISO 22 implementation for the Fed. And we know Valente did partner with Ripple, of course. He goes on down here saying Valente has partnered with Ripple. I've talked about this in several videos, but just another screen grab just demonstrating that that is also the case. Citi emphasizes the applicability of blockchain tech to developing nations that may lack quality payment infrastructure and regulation, as well as enhancing the costly and difficult cross-border remittance process. The report also positions digital currencies and distributed ledger technology as potential complements to the existing financial system rather than challenges or disruptions to overcome. So also note that distributed ledger technology has always been noted as the complementing factor that would enhance the financial system and not necessarily a competitor or a competitive mechanism, right? The report names Ripple and XRP as more efficient and scalable network for value transfers than other technologies of the same kind, specifically for real-time settlement, referencing Santander as the first bank to facilitate international payments. So here's just a screen grab of that document. Ripple XRP focuses on making a more efficient and scalable network for value transfer. Ripple XRP is a digital currency that aims to improve on Bitcoin by doing away with mining. So it talks about the mining. Ripple does this through a technique called consensus. So it gives us a little bit of the technology there. Additionally, Ripple transactions confirmations are much faster than Bitcoin. XRP was designed by Ripple to be used for real-time interbank settlements and to avoid the use of correspondent banking networks. Down here, using Ripple's technology, Citi crystallizes the concept of blockchain technology, acting as a welcome addition to the banking infrastructure. Citi Research has developed a detailed and nuanced look at blockchain technology. So with this report as the fourth installment in a series to date, throughout all of these reports, though, Citi concludes that network adoption is the key to driving the scalability and regulatory compliance of a new value transfer system. So this all coming from that report. They are realizing that the scalability and the adoption of the network is really what's going to be key. Something that Brad Garlinghouse has said from the beginning, using the simple example of the telephone. Right? When Alexander Graham Bell made that first phone call, he maybe didn't have anybody to call. Or maybe there was one person that he called, and the network wasn't that valuable when it was just two telephones. Fast forward to when there are thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of telephones. Now the network is more valuable because more people can call each other. This is the same thing with DLT, with the RippleNet network. Vendetta goes on to say, thus, adoption by financial institutions will ultimately determine which payment system catches on. The report points out that payments demand will increase exponentially with the advent of the Internet of Things. And so this is what Ripple is banking on as well. They're starting overseas. They're seeing the network grow there, and eventually it will come to the United States, which could add billions of connected devices to the world's economy in a few short years. Ripple also adds Facebook, MasterCard, and Citibank veteran to their leadership team. So a huge applause for Lord Vendetta here. Of course, amazing research and just connecting all the dots here. Even though SWIFT is looking to trial their global payments intermediary test next year, it's looking as though, they are already kind of relegated to the fact that they might actually have to use Ripple anyway, depending on how they are going to realize how much of this is going to already be going through the Ripple network. Of course, Ripple has had a leg up overseas. The SEC lawsuit has not stifled their drive or their command of the market in those regions of the world. Also, down here he mentioned Marjan Delantine. It's also interesting to note, Marjan Delantine posted this: "We are entering a pivotal moment of history by connecting the dots between SWIFT and the new tokenized world. This experiment could lay the foundation for better interoperability between participants and systems during this transactional life cycle of tokenized assets." So will they be eventually forced to use XRP? Has the prophecy come true from years ago where so many of these companies are already integrated with RippleNet and XRP that it's only a matter of time before SWIFT is forced to jump on board? This would ultimately drive all the money, guys, and XRP utility will be coursing through the system once this finally becomes a reality. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. And just a reminder, guys, I am taking tomorrow, December 25th, off, so I will see you in the next one, which will be on December 26th. And so a Merry Christmas to all of you. I'll see you in the next one, guys.